Wow, I'm really back to film again. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Umumu and welcome to my channel. It is snowing right now in New York City. There's a whole ass storm that's supposed to be going on until tomorrow. So if you hear like snow plowers and shit, just know it's in the background. But yes, today it is another video and another episode of Beatdown Breakdown, the series on my channel where I talk about various TV shows, films. I'm not gonna do books while doing my makeup. Obviously today I'm back at it again doing Attack on Titan. My hair looks a mess. I'm sorry. But yeah, today we're gonna be here breaking down the recent episode of Attack on Titan, which is season 4 episode 8. I'm only doing one episode because I want to not film for the next 2 weeks. Like for the next 2 weeks, I do not want to film at all. I'm gonna be busy. I have a newborn baby. Soy ocupada. We're gonna be talking about episode 8, which is titled Assassin's Bullet. I only want to be doing this one episode today. I did a break. I'm gonna be trying to film little Instagram videos and stuff of my looks. I filmed one yesterday of this look right here, so I'm gonna be posting on my Instagram. So please do follow me on my Instagram at PharaohUmi. It will be down in the description box so you can follow that. Also subscribe, support, like this video before even watching this video. And if you want to check out any of my other Attack on Titan Beatdown Breakdown episodes, I'm going to be putting the playlist somewhere up above over here and you guys can go check that out. Starting off with where we last left off with Attack on Titan, the big ass battle and the big ass fight that happened in the Liberia internment zone in Marley. It is the Scout Regiment versus the Marleyan soldiers, the Marleyan warrior units. People been dying left and right. Zeke got a grenade thrown into him. We saw Levi. Eren out here, he ate the Warhammer Titan, so now he has 3 Titan powers inside of him. And with all of that happening, Reiner wakes up from his supposed forever nap, but like not really his forever nap because Gabby and Falco are annoying. And he wakes up and he transforms into his New York Fashion Week 2021 outfit. Anyways, the battle begins between Reiner and Eren, which was a very short-lived battle because Eren, after 3 Titan transformations, managed to actually just beat Reiner with just 1 punch to the face. And at the same time, I think Reiner actually had grabbed onto the Jaws Titan so that Eren doesn't take him away. Eren realizes this and decided, you know what, I'm not about to fight you because you look like you're out of energy and I'm also tired. Eren decides that he's not going to kill Reiner just yet. He tells Reiner, I'm gonna see you later. He also gives him this really sad look of just like, well, I wish I didn't have to get to this, but I guess we hear. Then Mikasa drags Eren away, and the Scout Regiment in Marley decides that they're all just going to retreat. They've done what they've had to do. They've killed civilians. They've killed innocent people. Some of their soldiers got killed as well, and everyone just departs. Gabby, seeing that everybody is retreating because she's so annoying, decides that she's going to take a bayonet and go after. Is that what it's called? Is that what the gun is called? A bayonet? Those long ass guns that like soldiers use. She goes after the Zeppelin, and Falco, of course, because he's so in love with Sis, and I really don't understand why, goes after her as well. See, I never get tired of the Attack on Titan theme song. Like, fire! Like, how could I not love this theme song? Oh my god, I still have glitter on my face. I've washed my face, but for some reason I still have glitter. I don't know where this glitter came from. Honestly, this episode is really slow moving and I can just kind of like actually sit here and try to break down as many things about it, but it's still going to be relatively short because I'm only talking about one episode. But I also wanted to just talk about various different things that are happening with the story. Eren's a psychopath. And I actually love it. Like, what a change, what a switch up from season 1 to 3 Eren. Like, I really love this Eren. I'm sorry, I know he killed children, but I really do love this Eren. Anyways, everyone's retreating. Eren makes it back onto the ship along with Mikasa, and Armin is also there giving Eren like this hella disappointed look. Everyone's disappointed in Eren. Like, I feel like everyone's disappointed in Eren and it's not fair. Like, and everyone is kind of saddened by this whole thing that had to happen. Our main characters aren't exactly happy that everything happened in Marley. They're not exactly happy that so many people have had to die on both sides. But also at the same time, this isn't a moment for them to be cheerful about. They came to do work against their will because they've been forced by Eren, basically. Eren forced their hand to intervene scene and be there at Marley. Eren gets onto the ship and this scene was really exciting to see in the anime. I think this is basically just like 2 chapters shoved into 1 episode, if I can remember correctly. Levi shows up and Levi kicks the shit out of Eren. A good old fashioned greeting by Levi, which is really reminiscent of when Levi beat the shit out of him in season 1 that one time in the courtroom. Tell me Levi does not look like Yoongi with the undercut. Like, I feel like we should call him Yoongi or Augusty at this point. Like, I know I called Willie Tiber like Dwechita Yoongi because of his like 613 wig and everything. Levi orders Eren to be tied up because Eren really is out here wilding the hell out. And Eren explains, well, I mean, we could have a chat, but I already explained everything that I had to explain in the letters that I sent out. And Levi notes that Eren's face really does look really different. And Eren's whole demeanor and his whole personality is incredibly different from the Eren that we've known, especially from the very beginning. He's a lot more calmer, a lot more almost depressing in life, really. Like, he's a really moody, gloomy person, but just not overly emotional anymore. He's kind of just accepted the harsh reality that this is the world, and he's come to terms with that anymore. Like, at this point, he's not going to be overly emotional about people dying. And Levi knows that that actually reminds him so much of the people that grow up in the underground city. I think it's underneath the capital, if I'm not mistaken, or like underneath like wall Cena is at the innermost wall, because life there is so rough. So everyone is just like moody, gloomy about nearly everything, really. Anyways, John's voice is still annoying. The Scott regiment is all retreating. There's this one dude, Commander Lobo, who's really not an important character, who's kind of really annoying because I don't know why was he just lingering around outside of the airship while all of this is like, they're supposed to be retreating. Get your ass back inside. Anyways, everyone has retreated. Sasha, Jean, and Connie recount that there are 6 casualties. They still have 1 squad that's like left over that they're waiting to come back to the ship. And the rest of the soldiers are all celebrating and they're all just like, yes, like our victory against Marley. This is a grandiose time, an amazing time. Our main characters are not happy by the events of everything that transpired. They've killed so many people in this one battle, so obviously they're not going to feel like this is a win. Connie notes, sadly, that he's really glad that everyone survived and everyone is a-okay. And he's particularly really close to Sasha and John. Oh my god, this episode. And they do some bantering back and forth, which was really nice to hear, but also really sad as well. Of course, good old Sasha's just like, okay, so when we go back, we finna eat, right? Like, I'm hungry. Anyways, with all this happening, the slow-ass moving Zeppelin, Gabby and Falco are running down the streets chasing after the Zeppelin and everything. Gabby is intent on trying to kill Eren, and I cannot. I've read the manga and I'm still very annoyed to even hear them speak. It's a lot of Falco and Gabby dialogue in this particular moment, and I felt like the episode was like dragging on. I think it's because like the last 3 episodes were so action-packed. There was so much going on. Any more episodes or dialogue between these two really actually does make me sick. Anyways, Falco lets her know that going after the airship is futile. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's enough killing. They've already lost this battle. And unfortunately, Gabby, since she's very much like a mini Eren, doesn't want to let that go. She doesn't think that it's fair because Sophia ended up getting a rock thrown on her. Udo ended up getting trampled to the point where his head has split open. The 2 guards that tried to stop her, even though she is an Eldian, they did try to stop her from going into the war zone because they didn't want her to die, because they obviously know who she was. I realized, like, it's really sad because these are kids. They shouldn't have to be witnessing war and the horrors of it. And Gabby notes that because her life has been so hard since she's an Eldian, she's grown up with people spitting at her, calling her names. Gabby felt like she had to try to be the very best warrior and try to be the very best Marleyan citizen, quote unquote. I think it's really sad that she has this really brainwashed mentality. And again, like, Marleyan propaganda is really strong. You've indoctrinated these people from a very young age that they're demons and they're devils and they have like the devil's blood in them, and you condition them to believe that all these things about them are true. And so then you try to take away what little self-love that they have for themselves and instead force them into fighting your own wars, trying to belittle their ancestry in an attempt to appease you, very similar to what the white people have done to Black Americans. She felt that because she was working so hard that she could have been able to prove that the Eldians that are living in the Liberia internment zones are very different from the Eldians that live inside the 3 walls on Paradise Island. And the soldiers of Paradise Island and Eren Yeager have basically up that dream for her. But Falco is not as brainwashed and as stupid and annoying as Gabby. He also knows that he is not fooled by Marleyan propaganda, especially after meeting Eren Yeager. Falco is able to sympathize with the people of the walls, and he understands why is it that today had to happen. Why is it that these people came into Marley, killed so many people, because the same thing happened to them when Reiner, Annie, and Bertold broke the walls. And Falco states that this was an act of revenge. Like, our people killed their people, so they came and did the same to us. And despite Falco making a really good point, Gabby's so annoying. Gabby is just like, but did you see that happen? Because I didn't. I wasn't there. That doesn't change the fact that it happened. Like, it doesn't change the fact that one day these people in the walls were living peacefully, doing their day-to-day things, just living life as they normally do, only to see a big-ass Titan pop up out of nowhere, break the walls. 1/3 of their civilization is like eradicated. And then so many people's lives have had to be affected by that domino effect. And Gabby's so annoying because Gabby's just like, well, if I didn't see that happening, then why should I have to feel sympathy for these people? And I'm just like, child, this is why if you don't die at the end of this, I'm going to be really upset. I know that's a horrible thing to say because she's a child and everything, but oh my god, like Gabby is so brainwashed and so annoying. Like, anyways, Gabby's annoying ass takes off. That one soldier is still flying around outside. Sir, get back inside. Gabby takes the perfect opportunity to show up with her bayonet gun ready to shoot. And unfortunately for that one commander's hesitancy, she ends up shooting him in the head. And then he falls down and literally like the slowest moving aircraft. Do Zeppelins really move this slow? Like, do blimps really move this slow? Like, this whole time that Gabby and Falco are in the streets talking for like 5 minutes, the aircraft hasn't left Marley just yet. Gabby grabs the trigger gun of the ODM gear of the soldier, then tells Falco, I want you to tell my mom and tell Reiner that I fought to the very end and I'm doing this for Eldia because I am a child war criminal and like this is what I need to do because I'm a good Eldian even though I'm going to be killing all these people. What a contradiction, right? You're supposed to be a good Eldian but you're still killing people. So I don't know. Right as Gabby is about to go up, Colt shows up. And I forgot that Colt is a character in this show. I was like, who the hell is this? And I was like, oh wait, Colt. And then Falco gets this memory of him and Reiner talking to each other. And when Reiner told him, you need to save Gabby from this dark future, so you have to be the one that actually inherits the Armor Titan instead of Gabby. And that happens. And then Falco also jumps onto that soldier carrying Gabby up. And Gabby's just like, what the hell are you doing? And instead of just telling sis like, I'm in love with you and I'm trying to save your life, instead he's just like, I'm the one that needs to inherit the Armor Titan. They hit the side of the aircraft and Sasha hears a noise outside. As she turns around, Gabby rolls into the aircraft, shoots Sasha right underneath the titty, and even though I've already seen this scene play out in the manga, it doesn't change the fact that it hurts me now. Then, as Gabby's getting ready to aim and shoot Jean, I believe, Jean holds up his gun. Falco pushes Gabby right at the perfect moment. And for some reason, like the way that bullet deflected was crazy. All soldiers converge on Gabby and Falco and they beat the ever-living out of these kids. And I'm just like, I don't think this was in the manga. Like, I don't know if they actually hit them or they did. I'm pretty sure they did not hit them because the manga is way more graphic than the anime and I'm pretty sure they would have shown that as well. So I think they just added that just for shock value to see these kids get beat up. It's a really kind of shocking moment of just like, damn, like, is she going to die? Is she not going to die? She's losing so much blood. Flock This is the only time that I've ever agreed with Flock, to be honest, and I don't care what anyone thinks about me. Flock makes a point in saying that we should toss these kids. John is not here for throwing kids out of like an airship, so he's just like, if we resort to the point of throwing kids out of an airship, when will the fighting and the killing ever end? And I'm just like, it's not going to end, but you can get some good ass revenge by throwing them out the airship. Maggot comes back to the building that Gabby and Falco were at, where Peak is also there, taking like forever, like the longest time to heal. Peak recounts that the soldier that had led her and Galliard to that trapped room looks familiar, and she finally remembers where she's seen this soldier from. Apparently, this was a Marleyan soldier that was sent out on the first scouting ship to Paradise Island after Reiner had gotten back. She was on like a scout information fleet that was sent there 3 years ago. And yes, the soldier actually wasn't a he, it was actually a she. And Maggot is surprised by that, because I believe in the second episode when Zeke, Maggot were on that, Maggot had made a point about how they'd sent out however many ships to Paradise Island in the past like 3 years, but none of these ships have come back. So as it turns out, all these ships were actually captured by the people of the Walls Scout Regiment, and so now you have a bunch of Marleyan people that are living in Paradise as well. The soldier's name is actually Yelena. Yelena's kind of sexy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of sexy. Gabby is freaking the out, as she usually does, talking about how we're gonna kill you. You thought you could come into Marley and kill all of us. You killed our war chief Zeke, and we will haunt you guys, damn demons. And I'm just like, someone knock this child out. Then Jean makes a decision to actually take Gabby and Falco to see the person that was responsible for this whole ambush that happened in Marley, and they are surprised and shocked to see none other than Zeke Yeager. And I know anime only people, and especially I was when I was reading the manga when this chapter first dropped, I was so confused. I was just like, how did Zeke get involved with this? Like, how is Zeke still alive? What has happened? What is going on? And honestly, their reactions were exactly my reactions to the news of Zeke being in cahoots with Paradise Island when I first read this chapter. Everyone is staring like, what the actual... Who are these kids? Where do they come from? Where is their parents? Where is Child Protective Services? Who brought them onto this aircraft? John states that they jumped onto the aircraft using Lobo's gear, and that Gabby was the one shot Sasha, and they don't think that Sasha is going to make it at all. Everyone is shocked by the news that Sasha got shot, to the point where Levi's eyes also widen as well. Hanji comes out and asks Zeke, did everything go according to your plan? So Gabby and Falco are also all in shock and all just like, what? Zeke says, yeah, everything almost went to plan except there were a few miscalculations. Hanji notices the kids and Hanji's just like, who the hell are these kids? And Zeke is just like, the miscalculations. But as it turned out, it's finally revealed that everything that happened in Marley was actually Zeke's plan, as well as the Scout Regiment. He's been in cahoots with them. I forgot how long they've been in cahoots with each other, but probably like a year in the making, maybe longer than that. And unfortunately, because of the miscalculations, such as Yelena was supposed to trap the Jaws and the Car Titan into that room, and they weren't supposed to be rescued at all or come out, because if they hadn't, then there wouldn't be so many soldiers that were killed on the Scout Regiment side. Zeke decided to make up for that miscalculation by chucking more rocks or something, which I guess makes sense. He has to make it believable, otherwise everyone would be in suspicion of him. And there's this bantering back and forth, and I'm just like, what kind of dialogue? Like, there's this bantering back and forth between Levi and Zeke, and Levi is just like calling him a clown and a hairball. And Zeke is just like, you look like you really want to kill me, Levi. Like, why are you glaring at me like that? And I'm just like, because he really does want to kill you. Like, what the Then Eren opens up and says, well, everything worked to plan. We managed to take out the entire Marleyan fleet. We've managed to kill off Marleyan officials and weaken their military enough that we bought ourselves enough time. And Hanji makes a point of saying, like, bought us enough time until the whole world decides to have a joint attack on Paradise Island. Every single time we've tried to save you, people have had to die. And Eren is really just basically basically moving at his own accord. I do love Eren, and I can both understand, or at the same time I'm not really here for Eren's actions at the end of the day. He has done so much damage at Marley. It's inexcusable, but it's also at the same time understandable why he had to do the things that he had to do. Eren doesn't have much emotions or really much room in him to care about casualties, simply because he's realized that this is what has had to happen. He had to kill so many people because Eren decided that he was going to move on his own to Marley, infiltrated on his own, and it seems like the whole attack on Marley wasn't the Scout Regiment's plan, really. It's more of Eren's plan, but the Scout Regiment has been pushed to also intervene on behalf of Eren because he's obviously inexpendable. They can't lose him just yet. I'm actually going to try to do like a colored liner today, and I'm probably going to be using the Sailor Moon palette. So I'm gonna see if I can use these colors and incorporate it into the liner instead. And so that's why I'm starting off with white as my liner. And the Scout Regiment having to be involved into this whole entire fight. Hanji makes a note of saying, "You decided to put your trust in us and believing that we will come and intervene on your behalf. But in doing so, we've lost so many soldiers, and so now we don't trust you. So we're going to lock you up because you ain't a trustworthy ass nigga." And I'm just like, yeah, listen, Eren got 3 Titan powers. I don't know why y'all thought y'all were able to hold this man back with these stupid ass strings. Then Connie comes in and announces that Sasha is unfortunately dead. Everyone's in shock. Mikasa and Armin are crying. The dramatic music from season 1 is also playing. Eren asks, did Sasha have any last words? And apparently her last words right before she died were meat. And Eren hears that and starts laughing. And I'm not trying to laugh. I'm really not. Like, I'm not. Because it was a really sad moment. It was a really sad scene. But I guess in Eren's mind, I'm going to explain why I think he had to laugh at that moment. Eren recounts the memories of Sasha when they were still in the training corps where she stole the meat. But I really don't think it's just that made him laugh. I think it's also that I think ultimately really the real reason why Eren laughed is because I am 95% sure he knew Sasha was going to die. As in, like, he's seen it in, like, a memory into the future. He's seen that Sasha was going to die. The reason why I say that is because if you remember from the end of season 3, right before when Eren, like, kisses Historia's hand, there was that moment that he had, like, a vision of his father. I think what also happened in that moment is that because he's also the Attack Titan and is able to possess memories of the future, especially of future inheritors, I think that Eren also saw way into his future. Like, he saw deep into his future, like years into his future, of things that were going to happen. Maybe not crystal clear, like clear cut, like yes, this is gonna happen and everything like that. At least he has some sort of knowledge that Sasha was going to die. And I think that the reason why he didn't react the same way that Mikasa and Armin did, or everyone else did, and like that whole crying fiasco, is because he's probably had enough time to process it in his mind, like Sasha is going to die. Ooh, this is not working out. I think that because of how far the manga is right now, there's a suspicion that Eren has seen everything that's supposed to happen, like way deep into the future. He's had enough time in the past 4 years to process that. And Eren's cracking up laughing, and Jean is just like, Eren, what the hell are you laughing about? Sasha had to die because of you. You are the reason why Sasha is dead. We had to come into Marley, and because of that, so many soldiers have had to die. I remember reading this in the manga, and I was just like, what's good with Eren? Like, he don't look like he's really all there. Like, he looks like he's crazy. Like, he's a crazy person. But no, I really do think that Eren is well aware of what is going to happen in the future. And who, child, oh my god, the season is crazy. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, if you're an anime only person, the story is only going to get crazier and crazier. It's going to take a plot twist like no other. Honestly, I'm trying to do this liner and I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, basically that's just the end of this episode, really. That's how it left off. A very long, I feel like dragged out episode. A lot of Falco and Gabby dialogue. A lot of just like, okay, like Sasha dead. That's it. Like, Zeke is working with them. That's it. And Eren is crazy. Like, that's all you can take from this episode, really. Yeah, alas, that happens. I'm going to try to finish this liner because I'm already hating it, but we're already this deep into it, so we might as well just continue at this point. I just want everyone to know that I actually abhor the way that I'm doing my eyeliner today. Like, it's, oh my god, it's driving me crazy. Whatever this inglot is, it ain't the tea. Like, it really is not. Anyways, I also decided to abandon the Sailor Moon palette because it's really not working out for me. So instead, I'm just gonna be using the Juvia's Place Violet palette. No funny, like, I really do keep saying that if Eren does end up eating all the Titan shifters, he's gonna be the devil of all Earth. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care. I hate this eyeliner, let me tell you that. Ugh, whatever, I'll just put on lashes. We'll be calling it a day at this point. All right, I've somewhat finished this crappy ass makeup. I put on lashes and everything. I didn't expect this to look this bad, but I guess some days I'm gonna have good makeup and other days I'm gonna have bad makeup. So yes, alas, that's basically just that. Look at that. Look at that. Trash. Basura. Siregi. Garbage. I don't like this. But alas, that is the end of this video. If you do like this video, please like this video. Please also subscribe. Comments. Anything if you want to comment. Say hi. If you want to. Please also follow me on all of my social media, both Twitter and Instagram, both of which are Pharaoh Umi. And I guess we'll have to see each other in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be trying to film makeup reels and putting them on Instagram instead, but I will be back in like 2 weeks and a half so we can continue the craziness and the beatdown breakdown nonsense of AOT. And I guess we'll have to see each other in the next video. Bye.